I'ma do you right.
Kicking things up with the design and build quality. The Redmi Note 5, just like other Redmi Note series devices, has a metal back. The design feels pretty traditional but pretty familiar. The Redmi Note 5, just like other Redmi Note series, has a metal back and it feels and looks pretty premium. The 10,000 rupees price point that it holds and everything that Xiaomi has stored into the design, it feels very nice to hold. The overall phone feels pretty ergonomic and pretty slim as well. It's the slimmest Redmi ever made by Xiaomi, so it feels very lean and thin. So, pretty good design with the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5. Now the 6-inch Full HD Plus panel in the 18 by 9 aspect ratio looks great. This is a pretty vivid looking screen. It's very poppy and has very vibrant colors. Not like AMOLEDs, but pretty nice. The black points are pretty deep. The sunlight legibility is also fine. You can easily read the display under harsh sunlight. So the overall display quality of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5, the 6-inch IPS panel, is very good with the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5. Now on to the cameras. So the Redmi Note 5 packs up a 12 megapixel rear camera with f2.2 aperture and 1.25 micrometer of pixel size. The smartphone can record 4K videos and 1080p 60 fps videos. Now that is just excellent. The front camera, not so excellent. The front camera is just a 5 megapixel unit with f2.0 aperture and 1.25 micron pixel size. Here are a few sample shots. Kicking things up with the front facing camera video. So the front camera can record full HD videos and the dynamic range is pretty decent. Not the best that I've seen, not the worst that I've seen. And the video is also pretty much very sharp and the background also looks pretty fair. When it comes to the back camera video, as I've told you, the back camera can record 4K videos and this is a 1080p 60 fps video sample. I don't know that you guys are watching this video in 720p 60 fps or 1080p 60 fps or not, but this is a 60 fps video, so it is going to look very smooth to you guys. If you're watching this video in 480p or something like that, please switch back to 720p 60 fps at least, because that will give you an idea about how smooth the video recording this device can do. The normal images that you captured with this one are pretty good. As you can see, the video is very smooth, and the close-up videos that you will take with the smartphone will be very crisp. I mean, they will have a lot of detail, and as you can see over here as well, a lot of detailing is there. And just look at the row, excellent levels of detail are there, and the focusing is just amazing. You can just tap and focus at any particular place. Even the autofocusing works in a very nice way. So as you can see, these are few sample shots that I had taken with the Redmi Note 5, and they are very detailed, they are very sharp, nothing like that, like the smartphone camera is not performing good, the colors are bad or something like that. The colors are very good, sharpness levels are very nice. The clarity could have been improved. I mean, I was not really very happy with the clarity. There is some noise creeping in if you zoom in a lot more, but still, as you can see over here, there is no noise at all. In some circumstances, the images, they are a bit noisy. For example, in this shot, as you can see, the Hyundai car, and if I zoom over there, both the cars, they retain decent amount of details, but they also retain a bit of noise in them. So yeah, this smartphone is not capturing the most clean image in the smartphone history, but still the images are pretty usable, and eventually they're more than acceptable for a 10,000 rupees phone. And if I just compare it with other smartphones in this segment, I can clearly say you that it is the best rear camera smartphone under 10,000 rupees. As you can see, the dynamic range is just excellent with this one, and this has the best dynamic range, especially under 10,000 rupees. There is no other smartphone that can capture this level of dynamic range from its rear facing camera. The close-up shots are also pretty nice and pretty crispy, I would say. As you can see in this particular shot, each and every amount of detail is pretty nicely preserved. There is no problem here. And this particular is a close-up shot or a macro shot, and as you can see, the background blur is very nice. The image is very sharp, very detailed. There is no problem at all when it comes to the sharpness. and in most of the circumstances it captures pretty nice looking images. Now on to low lighting conditions, and over here I would say the performance remains pretty constant. I mean, yeah, the images are not really very sharp. There is some kind of software softening over there into the images that is creeping in, but still, if you guys are using manual mode, if you know how to use manual mode, you can still get some usable looking sample shots. That will be pretty noisy if you use manual mode, but still those images will be much better than what you can click in auto mode. In most of the circumstances, the Redmi Note 5 performs in a pretty nice way. The overall images, they are not really that bad, but still I would have loved to see a larger aperture, because the aperture is very small over here, just f2.2. And when compared to the Redmi Note 4's f2.0 aperture, I'm pretty disappointed with the aperture count. I would have loved to see an f1.9 aperture or f1.8 aperture going up with the smartphone. Still, the images are very nice, very crisp if you use the flash, because you have a dual tone, dual LED flash with this one. And as you all know, dual tone, dual LED flashes are very bright. So yeah, when it comes to the overall rear camera in low light conditions, I'll give it pretty nice numbers. And as you can see in this particular sample shot, the flash helped quite a bit. Now this is seriously an amazing example of how great dynamic range the Redmi Note 5's back camera is able to capture. I have used HDR mode over here. Now on to the front facing camera. The front facing camera is a 5 megapixel unit with f2.0 aperture, as I've told you earlier only, and the sample shots are pretty detailed. You also have the bokeh portrait mode that has been added by Xiaomi via an OTA update. The Redmi Note 5's front camera is pretty nice in outdoor conditions, and even indoors you can use a front facing flash. Without it, images will be pretty grainy and pretty soft. So yeah, using the front facing flash will help you quite a bit. But still, the front camera is average at best. I would have loved to see a 13 megapixel or even a 20 megapixel unit. Now on to the most controversial part about the Redmi Note 5. The Redmi Note 5, just like all Redmi Notes, has a great processor but not the best at its price point. The Snapdragon 625 that was used with the Redmi Note 4 is again here with the Redmi Note 5. I would have loved to see a Snapdragon 626 or even a 630 here. But the overall performance that the Redmi Note 5 brings to the table is great. As you can see, we have all the necessary sensors for the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5. It's running on Android 8.1 audio, and the overall spec sheet of the Redmi Note 5 is pretty good. You get 4GB RAM or 3GB RAM, and here are the Antutu benchmark scores of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5. Now guys, let us talk about the battery life. So the phone comes with a 4000 mAh battery and has Qualcomm's quick charging 2.0 support, and the battery life is nothing sort of amazing with this one. You can easily get about 10 hours of screen on time up until the phone gets discharged. I always charge this phone before around 30% of battery remaining, so I was able to get about 8 hours of screen on time or 7.5 hours of screen on time, which is excellent for a smartphone. And earlier I was just playing PUBG, so I'm not playing it right now because my parents are very angry with me, because they were very angry because I was playing PUBG, so I uninstalled this game. But still, as you can see, this is a gameplay, and this is a pretty mediocre gameplay, but in recent times I was playing PUBG in a very great way. I had about 15 kills, 16 kills, even in a match I got 21 kills, so I was just like a mini pro. And look at this man, he was using his grenade, and look at this. So yeah, the battery life is pretty good, not bad, but still I would have loved to see a quick charger in the box. There's just a 10-watt charger with this one when it comes to the in-box contents, and it is also having the micro USB port, which is pretty disappointing. I would have loved to see the USB Type-C port. So this wraps up my full detailed review of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 in 2019. This is to be mentioned for the spec eaters. Yes, the Redmi Note 5 was not the most specced out phone when it was launched in 2018 March. And if you compare the Redmi Note 5 with current gen Redmi Note 8 and Note 8 Pro, they just have amazing price point. It is just jaw-dropping price point and amazing specifications, but still the Redmi Note 5 is a great handset. And if you have purchased the Redmi Note 5, don't be disappointed. Feel proud that your smartphone is still amazing in today's world. It is a year-old smartphone. There is no significant drop in battery life, no significant drop in performance. The cameras are pretty good, and the overall design is also very good. You have a metal design. So this wraps up my full review of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5, guys. Share this video, like this video, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos like this.